Tamam, 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 show. Nirvimana, nirvimana. Tadeva Shukram, Tadeva Shukradam, Tadadam, Tadeva Mritamuchaya, Asmin Lokaha, Asmin Lokaha, Shikaha, Sarve Tanuna, Charitashyana, Yavitashyana, Etat Vaita, Etat Vaita, Etat Vaita, Etat Vaita, Etat Vaita, Etat Vaita.
Hi, good evening. We are very, very lucky to have another president visit to the San Francisco chapter today. And we want to welcome President Sir to the chapter. I am Sudha Michael. I am the chair of the San Francisco chapter of ICAI. And we are here as the president is here today to also celebrate United America. That is the theme of today's event. And we will talk about how we are bringing more chapters and trying to really build the strength in the US. Today morning, presidents are inaugurated the 13th chapter of ICAI in the US, the 53rd chapter of ICAI overall, the international chapter. And I just want to start by all of us giving a round of applause to the Los Angeles chapter. So as I was just listening to the anchors, one of the calls that the president was making is to be truthful to all the stakeholders. So just got us thinking, who are the chapter stakeholders? I mean, we are getting more people to plan the ICA client as geography. So who are the stakeholders? And definitely the first stakeholder that comes to mind is the members whom we serve in these geographies. So the San Francisco chapter, our members. So we want to bring opportunities, mentoring, the strength of the network to them. So that is one of the primary stakeholders that we serve. The second stakeholder, of course, is ICAI, our mothership. So the growth story happening in India, we are trying to build more and more pathways, and we want to be able to all be brand ambassadors. Each of us here should be brand ambassadors of ICAI. It is always wonderful when I see in your LinkedIn page that you are saying CA, and chartered accountants up there. So let us just all be proud chartered accountants, project it and do that. For the San Francisco chapter, we are also, being the oldest chapter, and we have learned our lessons. We are always trying to help other chapters. So the other stakeholders is all the rest of the chapters. We don't want chapters in the US to be silos. We want each of these chapters in their respective geographies. It's important for them to come together, have in person, but they also have to leverage the power of all of the other chapters in the US. So that is yet another, group that we are serving. And finally, we definitely have to do outreach. We cannot do only things for ourselves. We have to go out and we have to be able to help others. So today, with so many of you here, definitely we will call upon all of the senior members of the chapter to just help in this networking part, help chartered accountants who are starting out in their career, help to mentor, help to find opportunities. So I will just take this opportunity to make that ask from you. We also have today some distinguished guests, and I want to welcome them. We have Ms. Dennis from ICAI. Dennis, welcome. Anurag Myron from Stanford University School of Medicine. We have C.A. Narayan Balkrishnan from EY, a good friend of the chapter and has helped us connect, network, grow. Appreciate Narayan. In our endeavor to help other chapters to come together, get formed, to do this. I don't need to mention it, but I have to mention it. We want to thank Vishal Najalam, who has just been such an energy, such a force. That keeps us all running. He has infinite amount of energy. And I definitely also want to call upon one other person that just immensely contributes, and that is Vani Doshi. She's the ex-vice chair of the New England chapter. Vani just gives immense amount of time, heart, and she efforts to everyone. She's completely so I have to call it out. We would just like to get our guests to come to the stage. President sir, if you can just come and take your. Welcome, President.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Why don't you give? Yeah, other people. Shima, come on. Yeah, wake up.
It's a pleasure and honor.
Take a picture.
Yes, yes.
Dennis, you can just take that and leave it here and Shima, Shima, come on.
Yeah,
No, on that.
Picture, take a picture. Thank you.
And the person that is, let's keep this, keep Shima on your comment once again. The person that just gave the bouquet is Shima, and she is the chair of the Dallas chapter. Again, a very, very energetic person. Gives a lot to the Dallas and very happy to welcome Shima to join us today. Yeah. And yeah, Vikram, to give it to Narayan. Welcome, Narayan. And a warm welcome to all of you. We are really happy to see all of the members here today. I'll just, the next is for Wish to address.
Thank you, Sudha. Is the camera? Yes. Thank you, folks. United in America, together towards ICAI in 50 US cities by 2025. We know it's a very, very ambitious goal that we have. That us on this path. Actually, we started this in 2020, although our chapter was started in 2017. We embarked on this journey to expand ICAI's footprint in the USA in 2020. And here, by 2025, June 1, we reached 23 cities across USA, 21 incubated out of San Francisco chapter. So, but now we are going to do the fastest and largest sprint of expanding our footprint to the rest of the 27 cities in the USA. So, it is an absolute honor and privilege to welcome you to this landmark event as we take another giant leap forward in our journey, United in America, together towards ICAI in 50 US cities by 2025. When we launched the ICAI San Francisco chapter, we planted the seed of unity and purpose. Under the guidance of ICAI International Affairs Committee, we initiated the expansion. As I said, in just 4 years, the seed has grown into a movement. I'm immensely proud to share, as I said earlier, we incubated 21 ICAI offices across USA, forming the foundation of a thriving professional network that spans this vast nation. And now we look to the future in close collaboration with the ICAI International Affairs team and our dynamic ICAI USA leadership. We are launching into our most ambitious phase yet to establish ICAI offices in 27 new US cities by end of 2025. We have already brought on board 27 dedicated volunteer leaders, many of them in the room, each committed to reaching out to members in the various US cities to mobilize, organize, and help deliver on this bold goal. This campaign is not just about numbers, it is about expanding the ICAI's vibrant international network and unlocking economic professional leadership opportunities for all our members in the USA. We are deeply thankful to the ICAI International Affairs team for facilitating the visits of ICAI presidents to the USA in successive years, 2024 and now in 2025. In 2024, in the adjacent room, we had our Ranjit Kumar Agrawalji, the former president of this institute, and now we have our dear friend Charanjit Singh Nandaji with us. These visits have helped strengthen our connection with the parent body and inspired local momentum. San Francisco is proud to be the USA capital of the ICAI. We are in active discussions with the ICAI leadership and international affairs team, and we are eagerly looking forward to the establishment of the ICAI's USA office right here in this building in San Francisco Bay Area in the near future, sir, with your guidance. This initiative is a shared dream and it's built on a simple truth. We are great together. To our members, our volunteers, and our supporters, thank you for believing in this cause. Your passion and participation are shaping the future of our profession, not just in the United States, but globally. Let us continue to move forward, united, empowered, and unstoppable. Thank you all.
And our friend Wali from New England, she has sent a message, so I'm reading this message on behalf of her. It's our pleasure to congratulate each one of you in attendance and express our deepest gratitude for standing with us and helping build a community of almost 4,500. And that is the number in our USA LinkedIn community that we have, 4,500. Chartered accountants across the United States, culminating into 14 chapters. Very soon it will be 14. Today, presidents are inaugurated the 13th, and in 2 days, the 14th chapter. So that is the count of 14. 8 representative offices and 12 more. That is in process. 12 more offices are coming together. What has amazed us in this journey is meeting members that are talent powerhouses. Each of our chapter has built niche that supports their regional needs and willing to collaborate with other offices when called for. The US-based chapter leadership teams have year upon year have led by example and worked to collaborate and not compete with each other. Collaborate, not compete is a mantra. By building this community, along with a highly motivated team, has become a profoundly meaningful journey for us all, and being very gratifying, the road was not easy. Countless networking invitations and messages, countless conversations, gratifying messages of success stories, outstanding events, and learning that emerged from this effort is something we will treasure. Many missed family meetups, school meetups, late night calls, itinerary changes during significant milestones, events, life-changing events did not stop or pause us in our journeys. We would like for all of us to give a standing ovation to CA Vish Arunachalam. But this is on money. And the late CA Geeta Ramchandran, who led these efforts with a dedicated, consistent zeal. Thank you, Vish, for getting many of us motivated to co-lead such an initiative. President, sir, first of all, we want to say that both Mani and I, if you want to include me, speak for many of us here and almost 4,000 CAs across the US. We collectively would like to nominate CA Wish for an exemplary leadership recognition. Again, coming from Tony, I have to read it. That is demonstrated at a global level by ICAI. Hope you will be kind to consider this nomination. A written nomination validation should not be needed here. The US-wide expansion initiatives have led to several favorable outcomes for our officers and members. One, professional advancement in careers to compete in the global economy, nurturing leadership skills through offering leadership and volunteering platforms to all interested members, enhanced visibility of member accomplishments across various professional network platforms, strong connect with consular officers, networking and visibility with several industry and trade organizations, engagements with academic institutions, enhanced career support, and much more. We have just scratched the surface. As we help expand ICAI's footprint in the US, President Sir, we would like to request a nodal ICAI office in the United States that will help serve as the bridge between our chapters and offices and allow for larger initiatives that chapters may not be able to undertake individually. A proposal for this will be shared with your office soon. Our guest of honor, thank you for your kind presence. We appreciate you celebrating our success with us and our words of encouragement and making this event memorable for all of us. To our members, each one of you is an equal stakeholder in this journey. The impact we can create collectively is far-reaching. Please continue this momentum, seize the opportunity to contribute, as well as gain leadership skills, and yes, would love more to join our events. We have an Indian chartered accountant practically helping advance every organization in the US, be it professional, leading a professional or teaching in an Ivy League school, leading the finance and accounting for one of the largest EV company or partners and accounting firms across the country. Going by the number of requests coming from accountants from across the world on a daily basis, our ICAI USACS networking platform seems to be the most desired finance and accounting community. As Henry Ford mentioned, coming together is a beginning. Staying together is progress. And working together is success. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudha. You may not have read out those sections. I didn't know this.
I absolutely
Not
cannot.
part of the script.
When he says I have to read it.
Priyanka, could you please play the first thing? Priyanka,
Yeah, I'm here.
thank you. Please play the first thing.
In a world of constant change, a partner that stands firm with deep-rooted values of excellence, independence, and integrity, and embracing the motto, Jaish Sukteshu Jagrati, driving India's economic growth is ICAI, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. ICAI stands committed to strengthening India's leadership in accounting and finance. Under the visionary leadership of C.A. Charanjot Singh Nanda, the 73rd president of the world's largest accounting body, ICAI, embarks on a transformative journey.
I'm thrilled, honored to assume the position as 73rd president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I want to tell you that I have dreams which I've seen over so many years before assuming this position. 3 important agendas for this council. Number 1, we mean business. When I come in a commanding position, you will see that there are certain sweeping changes We want this to be as a boardroom. We does professional business which transacts agenda which is of high order. Second important thing, the plight of members and students has to improve. Along with members and students and council, we have to take our employees along. They work exceptionally well in pressure. Let them ease out and work in normal circumstances in the same vigor in which they work in pressure.
The theme for the year 2025-26, Vishwasniya, meaning trustworthy, resonates with the commitment to be a trusted partner in India's development, illuminating the path towards Viksit Bharat. Asmakam karyam vishwasniyam Viksit Bharatasya samarpitam cha asti. Meaning, our work is trustworthy and dedicated to a developed India. V, vision for Viksit Bharat. V in Vishwasniya symbolizes a vision to make India a Vishwa Guru in the accounting world and steering the nation towards becoming a Viksit Bharat by 2047.
अपनी देश की इकोनॉमी को सही रास्ते पे ले जाने के लिए ये डेडिकेटेड फोर्स है और मैं डायस से एज 73rd प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट आपको कह रहा हूं सर, ये सब देश के लिए मर मिटने को तैयार है।
आईसीआई इंस्टीट्यूट जो कहती है वो करती। तो अगर तीसरी इकोनॉमी का वादा कर लिया आपने तो पूरे देश में आपके मेंबर्स हैं, उनमें आप अपनी ये भावना फैलाइए कि भारत को सबसे बड़ी तीसरी अर्थव्यवस्था हमें बनाना है और जब आप लग जाओगे तो निश्चित रूप से तीसरी सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बन जाएगी।
As far as chartered accountancy profession is concerned, highest ethical profession is there, this chartered accountancy. Because we've got such a, I don't say that by birth itself somebody becomes ethical. And by virtue of law, the implementation of law and the punishment that you have, those things that become as deterrents to see that you are not unethical.
I, integrity and ethics.
ICAI ने यूडीन यानी यूनिक डॉक्यूमेंट आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर की शुरुआत की है। इसके जरिए चार्टर्ड अकाउंट्स के प्रमाण पत्रों का सत्यायन हो रहा है। व्यवसाय में प्रामाणिकता की बहुत आवश्यकता है। मुझे खुशी है कि आपकी यूडीन के जरिए ये सार्थक प्रयास शुरू किया गया।
In the world of finance, where trust is paramount, ICAI stands tall as a beacon of integrity and ethics, shaping professionals who uphold the highest standards of ethics and accountability.
आपका सिग्नेचर सत्यता की, भरोसे की गवाही देता है। चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स देश के इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम के भरोसेमंद एम्बेसडर होते हैं। आप सरकार और टैक्स देने वाले नागरिकों और कंपनियों के बीच इंटरफेस का काम करते हैं। आपका सिग्नेचर देश के प्रधानमंत्री के सिग्नेचर की वो ताकत नहीं है जो ताकत एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के सिग्नेचर की होती है।
Accountants play such a pivotal role in modern business and corporate life. They are the guarantors of truth and trust in the financial reporting. India is a resurgent power on the global stage. Our businesses are thriving internationally, and so is the reputation of the Indian professionals. Among these, Indian chartered accountants have earned unparalleled recognition for their trustworthiness and expertise. The accounts you sign inspire such immense confidence that the people invest crores of rupees based solely on your word.
S stands for sustainability and social impact. That is embedded in ICAI's core and actions. Going ahead this year, ICAI has formed a special group on impact financing that will focus on profit, people, and planet. To inspire eco-conscious living among CA fraternity, a special group on enabling lifestyle for environment or life has been created, promoting sustainability in daily life. H, holistic professional and leadership development. CA Charanjot Singh Nanda is an ardent proponent of holistic professional and leadership development. He believes that a healthy mind and a balanced life are the true foundations of professional success. Bringing the vision to action, a specialized committee on promoting work-life balance has been set up to promote well-being and personal development among members, students, and employees. A, for accelerating digital transformation. To keep Indian CAs at the forefront, ICAI is continuously accelerating digital transformation initiatives and has further strengthened the AI in ICAI committee, focusing on data analytics to elevate AI-driven solutions and education to the next level. S, for stakeholder engagement. Stakeholder engagement is vital for true progress, and President ICAI strongly advocates public participation, emphasizing Janabhagidari at all levels. ICAI will actively collaborate with stakeholders for knowledge sharing, policy making, educating and creating awareness, and fostering collective growth.
Chartered accountant stands not for chartered accountant, but credibility, ambassadors, change accelerators, and I would urge you to be conscious arbiters, ethical guardians, and bold decision makers.
The role of our armed forces cannot be praised enough. They remain vigilant while we sleep. They walk in danger while we walk in peace. Every soldier in uniform, every officer in command, every brave heart who takes that lonely post at midnight, they are living walls that protects this civilization. I say salutes our armed forces and every paramilitary force personnel who risk their life for our freedom. Our gratitude must not be seasonal. It must be perennial. It must be perpetual. It must be far-reaching. Let us all support their families with respect, opportunity, and care.
And nation-first approach. Dedicating over 1.4 million CA professionals and students for the progress of the nation, ICAI embodies a nation-first approach, underscoring its commitment to India's economic progress.
ICAI के माननीय सदस्य ने इस देश के अंदर एक एथिकल प्रैक्टिस को लागू किया। विभिन्न फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर्स के अंदर उनकी लेखा परीक्षा में शुचिता लाए, उनकी ऑडिट में शुचिता लाए और उसी के साथ साथ भारत की तेजी से बढ़ती अर्थव्यवस्था के अंदर आपका बहुत बड़ा योगदान के अंदर।
हम बड़े रेजिलिएंट प्रोफेशन है
जी।
जैसे जैसे देश को हमारी जरूरत होती है, जैसे जीएसटी इंट्रोड्यूस होना था
जी।
हम सदैव तत्पर थे, तो हम सदा कदम से कदम मिलाकर चलते हैं। अगर आप बात करें बजट से पहले प्री बजट मेमोरेंडम, पोस्ट बजट मेमोरेंडम, डायरेक्ट इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स हम देते हैं जी। तो एज ए प्रोफेशन हम स्टैंडर्ड सेट करते हैं। वी सेट अप अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स, इंडियस ऑडिटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स, तो तमाम दुनिया के साथ हिंदुस्तान साथ चले और अग्रणी भूमिका में रहे, उसके लिए हम कार्यरत हैं।
I stands for innovation and entrepreneurship, driving startups and MSMEs. Through initiatives like the ICAI Startup Samvad and MSME Yatra, ICAI provides free advisory services, capacity building programs, and financial empowerment, strengthening MSMEs as the growth engines of the economy. Why? Youth and women-led development. ICAI believes that youth are the architects of change and women-led development is the foundation of a progressive nation. With 67% of its members aged 40 or younger and 1/3 being women, ICAI is fostering a new era of leadership and inclusivity.
It's also heartening to know that the ICAI has started financial and tax literacy campaign. I understand you're doing it all through the country. And this is going to help a lot of people, in spite of all that is available in public domain. A lot of people still get carried away by misinformation campaigns. And when you as chartered accountancy institution run a financial literacy and tax literacy campaign, it certainly has a lot of credibility.
A for accountability, trust, and transparency. As the financial soldier of the economy, ICAI marches with accountability, stand firm on trust, and illuminate the path with transparency, safeguarding prosperity, ensuring stability, and strengthening the financial landscape of the country.
इस पूरे देश की आर्थिक व्यवस्थाओं के लिए डॉक्टर, मैं तो आपको सही में फाइनेंशियल डॉक्टर कहूंगी, देश का जो फाइनेंशियल हेल्थ जो है पूरे देश की ठीक रखे हुए। और आज मैं समझती हूँ कि आपकी उपयोगिता इससे भी और कहीं अधिक है। आज जितनी भी एजेंसीज हैं देश में, जितनी एजेंसीज काम कर रही है, उनको और अकाउंटेबल बनाने के लिए हमारे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स की बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता है, जो देश को और ट्रांसपेरेंट व्यवस्थाएं देने के लिए काम करें।
Vishwasniya is a vision where digital revolution, leadership, innovation, integrity, sustainability unite with humanity to shape a prosperous India. Together, we forge a developed India that inspires the world. ICAI है निरंतर प्रयासरत अपने लक्ष्य की ओर, बनाना है विकसित भारत, थामे सशक्त विश्वास की डोर।
We will have the address by special guest, Dennis Common, President and CEO, LCPA, say a few words. Absolutely. We would like to acknowledge the presence of Dennis Bethel. She's also from LCPA. She's here. We are working on our collaboration. Very soon we'll announce that. We are very in an advanced state. We're working with our international trustee. Very soon it's going to go out. Thanks, Dennis, for joining us. I'll hand it over to Dennis Common.
Thank you, Vish. So happy to be here with all of you. Good evening, and thank you for the warm welcome and the tasty treats. I really appreciated that. I want to thank Ravi for everything you've done to support us, your dedication and partnership. So thank you. Thank you. And to thank all the members we do have in the room. Thank you for also your support and for your dedication and commitment to the profession. So we really appreciate that. It's an honor to be here with all of you on stage, and then to be here with all of you and just to be sharing your inspiring vision, your Unite in America, and your expansion into the 50 cities. So congratulations for all that you've done and for the future pathway. It's really more than growth. I would say it's a statement. And it's a statement that the accounting profession is global, interconnected, and ready to meet the needs for the rapidly changing world that we're in. Accounting is often described as a language of business. We've heard that many times. I would suggest to you that it's more than that. It is really the conscience of business, right? The ethical piece. It is how we ensure transparency, how we ensure trust, and good governance in a world that is becoming more complex. I'm sure you can all relate to that, and definitely more uncertainty every day. We are stewards of capital, the protectors of integrity, and advisors that help businesses grow, governments function, and communities thrive. And I can say that as a CPA, I truly believe in the ethical and transparency is key to the world that we're in. In the face of economic shifts, geopolitical uncertainty, and technical disruption, our role as a profession has never been more critical than it is today. In my conversations with members and stakeholders, and I have many every day, what we've learned, and I've learned again and again, is that our future of our profession really depends upon collaboration and the collaboration that we have with all of you. That's why Cal CPA, one of the largest societies in the country, home of more than 40,000 members, we deeply value partnership. Together, partnership, and global organizations like the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Together, we can share knowledge, expand opportunities, and strengthen the integrity and relevance of our profession around the world. In today's tech-enabled environment, fast-moving environment that we have, we all know the pace of change is critically fast, and it's faster every day. We know that the finance and accounting profession is evolving, and we all must evolve with it. We are no longer just historians of financial data, and sometimes I think we feel that. We are strategic thinkers, we are problem solvers, and we are architects of resilience. We sit at the center of trust and transformation. From AI to ESG, cybersecurity to regulation, we are guiding some of the most important conversations and shaping the future of business and society. But to meet this moment, we must think boldly, and you all are thinking boldly, and I commend you for that. We need to elevate the next generation of professionals, foster inclusive communities, and create global networks that empower us all to lead with purpose, because we know how important purpose is and the why behind everything we do. That's why ICAI's expansion across the United States is so significant. It brings new voices into the conversation, builds cultural and professional bridges, and reinforces the strength of our shared values, integrity, excellence, and service for all. We support your vision. One of our, we say big, hairy, audacious goals. One of our goals is ensuring a financial world that everyone can trust. We are excited to walk alongside you, and we look forward to building a future where collaboration knows no borders, and where the accounting profession continues to be the force for good in this world. So thank you, and I commend you again for all that you're doing to unite America. Thank you.
We're looking forward to the next steps with our collaboration and the announcement in the near future.
Yes.
So we will discuss. Absolutely. Thank you. I'd like to call upon Professor Anurag Mehra, Stanford Medical University. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Utpalji. He's part of the organization called SEVA. So Anurag Mehra, he also heads SEVA. He's president SEVA of Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. What a pleasure to be here. President Nanda, it's good to host you in the area. Distinguished guests, and especially Vish for having us here. Three things that I wanted to say quickly. Number one is this is a remarkable time in the evolution of the world, despite all the geopolitical challenges that are going on. India and US are two countries that are joined at the hip. They are two democracies, and the business relationship and the trade relationship between the two countries are only going to go stronger. And I think this room represents a kind of a key piece of that collaboration. So, a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, but it seems like you're up for it, and I'm happy to see the growth that ICAI is having across the US. The second thing I want to talk about is, this comes from Ms. Fleming's last comment, force for good. While you are all focused on making corporations, successful and kind of serving them and with Vishwasniyata and which is a key characteristic of your profession, I also know that your profession has been key to supporting the underprivileged and underserved across both of these geographies, in India for sure, and right here in the US. It's in that context I just want to talk briefly about SEVA International, which is a community service organization, We are a global organization. In the US, we have 46 chapters. In the next 5 years, we are hoping to be in 100 geographies. All the major cities have a chapter. And our work is hyper-local, even though a vast majority of our volunteers, thousands of our volunteers come from different professional groups, tend to be of Indian origin. Most of our work is right here in our local communities, hyper-local, serving underserved communities that have educational inequity, health inequity, food insecurity, families that are in distress, as well as families that are undergoing disasters. And we have a tagline at Seva, together we serve better. I heard together word multiple times today coming up, and it really resonates with us because the work we do doesn't happen by ourselves, even though we have volunteers and we do raise a decent amount of funding to do the work we do. A vast majority of our work is done in partnership with partner organizations. Our hope is that ICAI can be such a partner. You are growing across the US. We are already present in the US, and I suspect many of Seva volunteers are also CAs and CPAs. So it just makes sense for us to work together. So hopefully we will have more conversations and we can build upon this conversation that we are having. So not only will contribute, you will all contribute to the economic development of these countries, these two countries and the world as a result, but also hopefully bring meaningful access to resources and well-being to the underserved parts of the community. So thank you. Together we serve better.
Thank you. We hope to have you in many of our future events. We will look forward to the opportunity to engage greater with your organization. Thank you. I'd like to call upon CA Narayanan Balakrishnan, Chartered Accountant, board member of Arya University, also senior partner with Ernst & Narayan. So Narayan is a dear friend. He's been extremely helpful, supportive of our initiatives here with our ICA San Francisco chapter. Anytime we go to him, he's got the great connect with the large corporations, the CIOs, CFOs, you name them. Very easy to connect with Narayan and get them to join our events. So we have the network, but he's a trusted influencer. He's able to pick up the phone, talk to people, and get them to come and collaborate with us. So thank you for doing all that, Narayan. Please, thanks.
First of all, I would like to welcome you here. It's a great honor and privilege on my part to talk in front of such an august audience like this podium. One thing I would like to do is to speak freely and frankly. That's the way I've always spoken. As an Indian chartered accountant, first, and also as a California CPA, I have few observations. Okay, I just wanted to share with you that aspect. When I started working on US GAAP financial statements for companies like Infosys, Dr. Reddy's, in their early days of listing in 2000 in India, that time, the quality of the accounting framework was night and day. Okay, in US GAAP, we had consolidation. In Indian GAAP, we did not have that. Everything was almost like we were transitioning from a primitive set of books to a very sophisticated set of books. So what I'm trying to say is, in the last 20 years, things have changed night and day. Indian accounting framework has, for some companies, completely embraced the international framework of accounting. Okay, so much so that it is hard for other corresponding accounting frameworks to keep pace with the way Indian accounting framework has evolved. And why I'm bringing this particular aspect is I look at the sophistication of the accounting frameworks as a barometer of the economic progress of the country. Okay, that was kind of mimicked in the video. I was seeing like the Prime Minister, the Defense Minister, the Finance Minister, the Minister for Corporate Development, and possibly the minister, the person who is the leader of the Lok Sabha, speaking hand in hand in the last 4 to 12 months, the video, right? That shows the power and the reach of ICAI in India. Okay, that is one part. The second part, just to talk about the chartered accountants community. Okay, if you look at the Indian origin chief accounting officers in the US. Okay, chief accounting officer is the principal accounting officer in the US. He signs the SEC filings, and he's the ultimate owner from an accounting standpoint. Okay, he comes next to the CFO. I will tell you, almost all of them are Indian chartered accountants first. That is a great testimony. Okay, and if you go to India and look at the profile of the CFOs in India, okay, would it be wrong if I say that more than 50% of the CFOs may be chartered accountants from India, or maybe even higher?
More than that, 70%.
70%. See, look at that, means there is something which the chartered accountants of India is doing, which potentially other accounting bodies around the world need to replicate. Okay, what is it doing? Okay, when I passed the chartered accountants exam, I was thrilled, and I'm assuming that all of you would have been thrilled because it was a huge sigh of relief. Okay, and I would hazard that you would also have felt the same way, right? So the reason is the pass percentage, at least for me, the clock stopped in the 90s. I apologize for that. It was like 3-4%. Okay, the quality that was distilled was such a great testimony of the credentials that subsequently, if you look at it, the end result is 70% of the CFOs in world's is it fourth largest economy now?
Yes.
India?
Going to be third largest.
Yes.
Very near to third.
Very near to
Yes.
third largest, right? The CFOs are chartered accountants. We need to be proud about that, right? The third point, I'm just speaking from the video which was presented. Okay, what is the drift of the American FASB currently? Okay, what actually happened over the last several years? The FASB was basically saying we will only issue accounting standards which will be audited. And SEC only gave pronouncements on non-GAAP financial reporting. Okay, but the investor community basically have moved away from the financial statements. Okay, unfortunately, okay, the non-GAAP financial framework is what moves the stock market to a great extent. Okay, so FASB did not come up with any accounting rules on that, but now what is actually happening in the last couple of years, I'm noticing that there is a lot of discussion about in both the IFRS as well as in the US FASB to come up with some sort of accounting rules to address this beast which is ready to take over our profession on the non-GAAP front. Okay. When I was looking at the video, you were talking about more holistic financial reporting frameworks. Actually, ICAI is no longer behind. It is actually a trend setter. That is the point I wanted to make here. And this is also another area where we see if the world doesn't look at something, and if we continue to focus on that, we can say that is what is getting audited, but the audited financial statements will be kept on the side. What I'm trying to say is that if there is a need for all chartered accountants, CPAs, embrace upon understanding the nuances of what works and what does not work from a non-GAAP standpoint. This is my humble submission. I hope it resonated with you.
Great. Certainly.
Absolutely. We hear a lot about the advancements that ICAI is making in the forensic and other areas where he's going to talk about it very soon. I'll not keep that from him. So I'd like to call upon our guest of honor, CA Charanjot Singh Nandaji, to address the gathering.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Sudha Michael, the chairman of San Francisco chapter, Mr. Vish Arunachalam, the man behind the entire show and driving force. I have three of my very revered guests, Madam Dennis, Mr. Anurag Meral, C.N. Narayanan Balkrishnan. I also see Madam Simi coming down from Dallas, my very dear friend Hemchand Jain, who was an unexpected guest here in the gathering. My very dear chartered accountants from India, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am truly honored to be amongst you, and it's a very momentous moment speaking to all of you. As you all are aware that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India was set up an Act of Parliament way back on 1st July 1949, when the most important document to the democracy, the Constitution, was not formulated. All of you are aware that the Constitution to this great country was promulgated on 26 January 1950. The pertinent question that arises is, what prompted the Constituent Assembly to set up an Institute of Chartered Accountants of India when their own democratic setup was not in place? The answer is very candid, very simple, very forthcoming. They were looking for a disciplined band of soldiers to steer this country out of confusion and put it on the path of perpetual growth and advancement. And there we are, the chartered accountants, the financial soldiers of this great country, the Republic of India. We started with a humble background of 1,600 members in 1949, and we have transformed as the largest accounting body of the world with over 500,000 members and 10 million students. I'm reminded of a couplet of Majnun Sultanpuri who said, "Main akela hi chala tha zanbe manzil, log judte gaye karwan बनता गया." The institute, which had its footprint in India, now has spread its wings all across. Thanks to people like Vish, who has taken it as a mission. He's having 50 chapters in this year alone in US. These type of people ultimately drive institutions to work, create value for entire community of stakeholders across the globe. ICAI, earlier days, had to struggle to make its footprints known in the international circle, and today I'll give you so many examples. We are the first in the world to come out with guidance on remote auditing way back on 30th March 2020 when COVID had barely set up. We were the first IFAC constituent body to come out with this. We are the first body in the world to promulgate 23 forensic standards. You use IFRS and you pay royalty to IFRS Foundation. You'll be proud to know that the entire world is knocking our doors to use financial forensic standards and pay royalty to us, your mother institute, the Institute of Chartered. I was in North Bend, Colombia. The IFAC, not only there, the IFAC president was also there. They were discussing about non-financial reporting, something which you are trying to give himself, Mr. Balkrishnan. Non-financial reporting now has become the essence of the entire accounting world. Sustainability, ESG, system reporting, carbon credits. And I only propose to them that let it be one of the means for valuation in bourses. All stock exchanges across the world, they are more excited by non-financial reporting than financial reporting. Internationally, we move ahead with greater contours. Our people are working so incessantly, and the best part of Indian Chartered Accountant is
that he judges in the economy where he works, maybe a foreign country, and works for the betterment of that foreign country, and therefore Indian chartered accountants are respected all across the globe. Also, make an incident to you. There is a very famous institute, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Singapore. We were very keen to have an MOU with it. Somehow the matters were not going forward. And then came World Congress. I'll take you first to World Congress. We got World Congress after 104 years. And when it was held in Mumbai, it became a great hit. More than 10,000 members. The greatest test of Indian reception and hospitality was seen there. It was so grand that ICAI suspended further World Congresses. They said, now Bhuto na Bhavishya will be difficult, and now they are again continuing to hold so. So when the President, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Singapore came to Mumbai, to Dio Center, it was customary for the then President, Mr. Devashit Mitra, to take him to the BKC building. When he entered the BKC building, he was taken aback. Oh my God, what a beautiful, outstanding, outrageous, great, fabulous, splendid, marvelous building it is. Our President very humbly said, he said, sir, we have more than 150 such buildings in the country. History was created. He went back and wrote. He said, I don't deem fit to have an MOU with India because it entails two parties. I on my own would like to make a unilateral announcement. And what he said became history. He said that any Indian chartered accountant who remains in Singapore for more than 6 months, for reason whatsoever, shall have equal rights and privileges in comparison to a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Singapore. देते ना थे जो जवाब उनके सलाम आने लगे देते ना थे जो जवाब उनके सलाम आने लगे वक्त बदला तो मेरे नीम के पेड़ पर आम आने लगे The power of Indian chartered accountants. Leave aside the entire thing. You were speaking about convergence from Indian gap to US gap. Now we do conversion from France gap to Germany gap. We do conversion from Indian gap to UK gap, US gap. We do conversion between two countries. We do conversion from, say, one country, which is in, say, you have that in Muscat. We do conversion from gap in Muscat if it has to be listed in AM London. The profession has worked proficiently, and he said doing CA was difficult. I also remember I qualified in May 1991. अगर हिंदी में कहो तो कहते थे एक साहब मेरे बच्चे से पूछा कि सीए बनने में कितने पैसे लगते हैं बच्चे का पैसे तो थोड़े से लगते हैं जवानी सारी लग जाती in English. If you go to Church Gate in Bombay, as you enter the station, there is a saying, God never fails. Some CA student has written that let him try CA exam. So doing CA.
Sir, one thing I would like to say. सीए का एग्जाम हर 6 महीने में आता है कुंभ मेला थोड़ी है 12 महीने 12 साल में एक बार आता है
And we used to call CS come again. Don't worry, if you don't pass, come again. So this has ultimately fortified into a system which is prevalent on so many occasions. We are strong ethically. HISPA has not so stringent provisions as Code of Ethics of ICAI has. I'm the presiding officer of 3 disciplinary benches. I know how things move. Slightest of mistake is never pardoned. But chartered accountants go, they work, they perform. I took over as the president of the institute on 12th February 2025. See, the law minister of the country coming to the institute to administer the oath of secrecy to me and the vice president who was elected on that day. He promised from the dais that we are the chartered accountants. All across the government machinery, we are aware that new income tax amendment bill is coming. The parliament called us, 31 MPs of the select committee. We made the first presentation ever on 6 March 2025. We have given new dimensions to the working of the country, and this is acknowledged even by the Prime Minister of the country, the Finance Minister, the Home Minister. You saw the President was also there, the Vice President was also there. The entire government machinery acknowledges our role. Ladies and gentlemen, when I took over as the President, I made 3 very important committees. The first was Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance. Chartered accountants earn a lot of money in India and abroad also, but they don't give proper time to their families. I'm happy that Sachindanji brought Bhabhi with Bhabhi with him. It was great. Very important. I remember I got married in 1996. Since 97, I'm in the council. My son was born in 1998, who is a partner with me today. When he was born, he was not taken to the Gurdwara. He was first brought to the institute and then taken to the Gurdwara. The only bit which I carry in my life, we never had a girl in our family. My daughter was born after 70 years. The day she was born, doctor gave me in my arms. I couldn't even kiss her. I got a call from the chairman. He said, today Mr. N.D. Gupta is taking over as the president and you have to come and speak on the inaugural session. Please rush. I came, and when I came down from the dais, today you have this call, you see, at that time this call had to be retrieved. I had 170 missed calls. When I retrieved, I was taken aback. Trembling hand, it was the hospital where my daughter was born. I gave a call. The doctor there, Dr. Smita Gupta, picked up the call. I said, what happened, madam? She said, you tell me what happened. I said, what happened? She said, there are so many people outside the hospital. I immediately gave a call to my father. I said, what happened? He said, no, we had a girl after 70 years, so people are coming to meet. So Sardarji is coming in such great number. I again.
Son and daughter both to articleship immediately.
Yeah. So I gave a call to the doctor. I said, nothing to worry. They have come to greet us. Now, how benevolent she was. She said, don't worry, sir. We'll hold lunch for them. And she did not charge a single pipe on the delivery of my daughter. Chartered accountancy profession has been working all across. We had recent MOUs with CAG of India. We are now training the officers of CAG of India for enhancement of audit quality. There are municipal corporations and panchayat all across the country. We are now training 12th pass students to go and do the accounting of them. Some 10 days back, I was in Muscat. The senior government official called me and said, Mr. Nanda, we request you to kindly help us in setting up an Institute of Chartered Accountants of Muscat. We have been doing this handholding. I did myself the handholding for ICAI, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nepal, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar. We helped set up the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Maldives and got it affiliated with ICAI. The entire world wants to come. When it comes to Consulate General, I was with the Singapore Consulate General. He requested us for a study on family offices in Singapore. From 1,300 offices, the family offices have swelled to 2,200 in less than a year. I was in London with Mr. Vikram Doraiswamy. He was very keen and he asked us to come out with guidance on how Indian chartered accountants could ensure that investment climate in UK becomes favorable. You are aware of IFAC, IFSCI. We are now inviting investments. It's a tax haven now in India. Chartered accountants play an integral role. So the committee which I told was a committee for promoting work-life balance. We set up a committee for increasing the base of Indian economy. We set up a committee on impact financing, something that will have a lot to do with our professional endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, your institute now is moving ahead to create history. All across the world, we have more than 80 MOUs with universities. We have MRAs with more than 9 countries, promoting the accounting language, the accounting enhancement of accounting values. Ladies and gentlemen, moving ahead, we have done a lot of work in technology. You will be happy to know that 1st July 2024, we set up a group certificate course on artificial intelligence. By 11 February 2025, we had more than 16,000 people who did it. And today more than 35,000 people are waiting and close to 30,000 people have done that. Our endeavors, our initiatives in technology are praiseworthy. Leave aside artificial intelligence. We are masters in blockchains, Internet of Things, data analytics, cyber security audits, information security audits. The entire bandwagon is now moving ahead to add value, and we are true nationalist people. When Pakistan struck India, I was in Bathinda. People who know would understand it's on the border. So myself and my wife were there for a program. Immediately the light went off, black off. Next day I came to Chandigarh. Again that black off was there. So I got up at 6 in the morning and I traveled to Delhi. I asked my Delhi office to hold a video conference with all members and students so that I can tell them to stand filthy with the country. When I spoke, and was in a notice of say 4 hours, more than 50,000 students and members joined. And within a day, 11 lakh people were a part of that initiative. They are all chartered accountants, like the students of this. So my dear friends, I want to tell you that wherever you want the help of the institute is there. It is there to serve the country, it is there to serve your interests all across the globe. International chartered accountants are now Indians. You'll be happy to know that Indian chartered accountants now adore on international boards. Maybe World Bank, maybe IMF, everywhere there is need for Indian chartered accountants. Some of our past presidents are adoring that. Time has come that we scale newer heights. We work towards creating a conducive environment where we are able to effectively add value to the initiatives. Again, I'm happy with people like Vish who make a mission to create value for the profession so that it is percolated at all levels. My dear friends, the most important thing which you need to understand in life is your perspective. And perspective is different with different people. In a lighter way, a man went home late at night. When he entered, he saw his son studying there. He said, "My boy, it is too late at night. What are you up to?" Son said, "Father, I'm struggling to write an essay in the leaf." He said, "How much time do you have?" He said, "I have a week's time." He said, "Relax, I have so many people in the office, I'll ask them to write the essay." The very next day, when he assumed his office, called 3 of his trusted lieutenants. First, a Japanese, second, a British, and third, an Indian, and entrusted them the job to write the essay. The very next day, when he reached the office, the Japanese was ready with the essay. Oh my God, with all curiosity, he looked at the essay. The name of the essay was Elephant and its economic uses. People in Japan are much concerned about the economy. 2 days hence, the British came with the essay. Oh my God, the name of the essay was Elephant and its uses to the royal family. Then he gave the call to the Indian counterpart. He said, "Where is your essay?" He said, "When is the deadline?" He has 4 days. He said, "Wait for 4 days." When the deadline was about to pass, he came with 2 fat books and placed on the table. With all the eagerness in his mind, the man took the fat book. Oh my God, the name of the essay was Elephant Exchange and Control Act 2025. He said, "What is the other fat book?" He said, "Sir, it is the proposed set of amendments which we want the act which needs to be promulgated." See, look at the level where we work, how much we work. So now we have to attune our minds. Somebody asked Swami Vivekananda, he said, "Swamiji, you have gone through Veda Upanishads. Can you tell me in a line the gist of Veda Upanishads?" Swami just smiled and said, "My boy, in a line I cannot really tell you the gist of Veda Upanishads. I'll tell you the language on which India thrives. The words uttered by Swamiji are there as golden words in the Indian history. He said, strength is life and weakness is death. This doesn't mean that from tomorrow onwards you go to the gym. It means this strength, mental strength. And to end with, I take the example of Shahid Bhagat Singh. You're aware that the International Treaty of Prison says that a man can only be hanged when the sun is going up. When Bhagat Singh was hanged, the sun was not going up. The sun was not stagnant. It had settled. The executor came. Bhagat Singh was relaxing on a couch. He said, "Bhagat Singh, the bad news for you." He said, "What?" He said, "You'll be hanged in half an hour's time." Listening to this, Bhagat Singh jumped and stood up. The executor ran. He ran after the executor and hugged him from behind and said, "Thanks, my brother." For an executor, bhai, और शुक्रिया नितांत अजनबी शब्द थे. He turned and asked him, "Did you call me brother?" And he thanked me. Bhagat Singh, yes, Beshak. I had only one dream in my life, to sacrifice my life for India, and that time has come. And saying so, he picked up a कोयले का टुकड़ा and wrote, एक इबारत लिखी जेल खाने में जो आज भी महफूज है. उन्होंने लिखा, कुछ इस कदर मेरी फितरत से वाकिफ है मेरी कलम, कुछ इस कदर मेरी फितरत से वाकिफ है मेरी कलम, इश्क लिखना भी चाहूं तो इनकलाब लिखा जाता है, इश्क लिखना भी. Let us all chartered accountants endure our minds, entice them to move with strength, to create value wherever we go. Let us all unite together to creating an environment worldwide where financial reporting and, more importantly, the systematic developments are respected. I, as the 73rd president of the institute, want to tell you that I am with you. I have dedicated my full 2 years and I have 8 months as the president of the institute. I am at your beck and call, and the best friend I tell you, which people know in India, Mr. Hinton will agree. I take all calls. Not humanly possible for a person to take all calls. Whatever call you make to me, if I'm here, I'll go back to the hotel and take a call. I take all calls made of members and students and try to resolve them. I have a big team of close to 10 people who work with me. But my initiative is to create an institution which is the best in the world. Let's all work together to make our institute the best of the world. I want to thank you all from San Francisco and thank Vish, who was after my life, for making this program. The day I took up, he gave calls to me that you have to come, we have to come, we have to come. And see, I'm here. God is kind to be amongst brothers and sisters from India. I remain totally indebted to you, totally committed to you. Let us all work together to make up this to the best institute of the world. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Which will tell you that SSP things have been, he gave a call a week back. There were issues. We have given us dedicated helpline to solve any of your membership problems. Sir.
Yes, I reported, escalated an issue actually 2 days ago. And instantaneously, he went back and set up a committee. 3 people, they have phone numbers assigned. Those people are ready to take all these calls, any issues we face. Sir, one of the main problems we faced while expanding our footprint has been restoration of membership, getting their fees paid, and all that stuff. So some bottlenecks, but I'm confident with the team that we've formed.
It is a thing of past. Now it will be done immediately.
Absolutely.
Any issue, give a call to me there.
Looking forward to engage with them. Thank you. So we have a short Q&A here. I think Narayan, sorry, Anurag has it.
Well, it's a question and comment. When you're preparing for CAD, are you also trained in sense of humor? Because I have to say, when I came to this event, I thought this is an accountants meeting. It will be boring. This turns out to be far more exciting. I think I'm changing my view.
Good one. Folks, we'll take 2 questions, 3 questions, and then I think we're running late. We'll do. Yes.
So first of all, we are very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And it actually takes us down the memory lane when we all have interacted with you in the past. A few questions I have. First is that usually a lot of other CA bodies, for example, ICAI Australia, ICAI Canada, they have a reciprocal arrangement with AICPA, wherein they just give one exam and they get the US CPA qualification. Whereas we have to do all 4 of them. Is it because we want to have that same rigor? That's the reason why we give those 4 exams, or is something in progress?
See, there are 2 types of bodies. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of England and Wales, all SAFA countries, they were set up an act of parliament. There is other body, I don't want to criticize anybody, but there is other bodies who want to come up for profit purposes. They are not for profit organizations. So those bodies who come from just giving certification, they can have so many exemptions. We can have only with the bodies which are set up in Act of Parliament. We have it with CP Australia. We have it ICAW. Give one paper and have it. You'll be happy to know we are working extensively on it. I have given a call, a clarion call to all institutes set up an Act of Parliament to ensure that we are very large in membership, but we are very keen to keep expanding that base and we are not. So be rest assured, you'll have very good news in the year to come.
And just one more question.
Please.
Just like the members in India have access to AI certification programs, do members here somehow through online programs have access to the AI certification
You are a
program that they can learn
visionary.
more?
You are a visionary. We had a council meeting on 26th and 27th of May. We have approved that. Now, Madam Sudha Michael can do it here. Madam, whenever you want to do any chapter, we allow them to do that. The finances are entirely yours, the profit are yours. We'll send the faculty or do an online test, online course, whatever you want, it will be done.
Sir, I'd like to add two committee members, central council members. Central council members, two of them are here on June 6th, Umeshi and Daniel Sharma. Both of them are here and they will be talking about this in greater detail about the CAGPT being made available for USA-based chartered accountants. We'll take two more questions. Please come in. Please come in.
We can quickly add one, two more if I'm here. Let us
Okay.
Come down on that.
We want to good.
Yes, you can come here. All who want questions can come here. We can immediately rush to the
two more.
Yes, Mr. Malhotra.
Thank you, sir, for being here and making us feel like you are still connected to the institute. And when I met you in the beginning, I think I was amazed by meeting you because just for the public, when I was starting my CA, I went to the institute out in year 2001 and I met Mr. Nanda, who signed my form, which was a mandatory form required for internship. So pleased to meet you today after 44 years after becoming a CA and a CPA here. So my question for you is like, you have reached this, milestone, I'll say, becoming the president of the institute. What keeps you going? What is the one piece of advice you would give a person who would like to reach at a leadership position in the future?
I'm in the habit of saying couplets. There is a couplet, मैं खुदा का नाम लेकर पी रहा हूँ दोस्तों. मैं खुदा का नाम लेकर पी रहा हूँ दोस्तों. जहर भी इसमें हुआ तो दवा हो जाएगा. जहर भी इसमें हुआ तो दवा हो जाएगा. You have to move with the mission. That mission will drive you to excellence. Whatever you want to do. See, Madam is here from Dallas. Madam, stand up and show your face to all. When you want to do anything, it is whatever human mind can conceive, it can achieve. You can reach to any position where you want to. You have to have the perseverance. You have to have the strength to pursue that. So what I want to tell you, all of us are leaders. There is no leadership if you want followers. Leader is a person who creates leaders. So I see leadership in all of you. Please go ahead, work on your persuasion, create value, and see how phantom results. Thank you. Thank you.
When we promote the expansion of ICAI footprint, first thing we say is the new office is going to be a leadership platform.
Yes,
very good. That's how we recruit these initial people to come on board. Yes. And then we unlock economic potential for all these CAs. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Nanda. It was a very inspiring speech, especially for me, because I had almost forgotten what it takes to become a chartered accountant. After so many years of struggle, I achieved this qualification, but after coming to a foreign country, not having a work permit to work and put my skills into practice, and then after so many years, finally getting that work permit, but then have to prove again by doing another, qualification here. It was a big struggle, and I had lost my, that inherent. I had thought that probably I'm not fit for the market kind of thing. But now, after hearing your speech, it was very inspirational, and I really felt that yes, I can do, and I can also prove that I am equally competent with professionals here.
You can always do that, always.
Yeah. So my question is, when I was applying to CPA board for for getting my credentials evaluated for an education evaluation, I had done a course which is a post qualification course, Master in Business Finance.
MBA.
Yes. And I probably got discontinued later, but when I applied, and it was told that we cannot give you any credits from the institute. So I was thinking it was such a tough course, and it took almost 2 years I did. And it was in person, everything. And we did a lot of presentations. Why is that we didn't get any credits for it, for consideration to CPA?
Madam, I like to tell you, over the years I am noticing that foreign bodies at times do not give recognition to the same degree. Otherwise, IITs, IIMs are recognizing CA degree as a post-qualification. So as a mission, I have taken this up. I was in Oman. I will go back to Dubai. I have taken it to educate people the value of our CA course. CPA Canada, when they read our syllabus, they were taken aback. So much knowledge on derivatives, on sustainability, on system audits, technology, IFRS. I got a call today morning, just now, half an hour before, when I was coming in the way. A gentleman called and he told me, said that they want to meet you now for an MRA. Madam, we will ensure that we educate all the bodies across the world. Give us a copy of our syllabus and let them decide what our level is. सोचने से कहां मिलते हैं तमन्नाओं के शहर, सोचने से कहां मिलते हैं तमन्नाओं के शहर, चलने की जिद भी जरूरी है मंजिल पाने की. We are walking, madam. Don't worry. You have to
One last question.
Please, sir. Please.
See, one thing, the institute has produced a great leader like you who thinks from the perspective of the members. Unfortunately, the president's tenure is just 1 year. Is there anything that is being done to fix that? I'm telling you, I'm really having goosebumps seeing you and your visionary style, which could benefit the profession so much. If at all, your tenure can be long.
Mr. Balakrishnan. I live with my father who's 86 years old. When I get a call from him, I get emotional. Even in Delhi, I never have my dinner outside. I reach home, normally I leave institute around 12 o'clock. I reach home at 1:30, he's waiting in the dining room to have dinner with me. My wife, my children, my pet, my friends, my partners. I've abandoned them all. 1.5 years. I've seldom gone home. Covered so much. So if this tenure be increased, then the intensity to work will be diluted. 1 year, one is ready. I now count 110 days have gone. So many days are left. Every day, I feel the day is gone. I will go back to my wife, my family, my children, my friends. So if the tenure is more, the work will get diluted. You work round the clock. I got off today 2:45 because I had to do certain work on Sunday morning. I didn't sleep after that. So this will not continue long. After 6 months, if I start, then I will collapse. So that is the reason why they keep vice president and president. You have 2 years. 2 years is enough for your vision. And there is a full council of 40 members to follow that vision. If that vision is something which is pertinent, if it is logical, they will follow that.
We have a very democratic tradition in ICAI. Religiously, every year come February, the existing president says bye and the new president takes over. So actually, come July, ICAI San Francisco chapter, we agreed internally in a man committee that every year we have a
democracy in San Francisco.
we will have a new chairperson every July for the CA day. We would like to have a new chairperson. That's we like to set an example from ICAI San Francisco chapter. So that's coming. So actually, I'd like to mention this. Andaji, he was in Cambodia. He went from Delhi to Cambodia for the in fact, he mentioned a meeting with you there.
Yesterday, Asian Federation of Accounting.
Yes, he was there. He finished that. He went to LA and launched a chapter earlier today. And then he came here. He's meeting us tomorrow. We have a day-long wonderful meeting in CGI. And then following day, he travels to Atlanta. He's going to launch a chapter there. And then he travels to Delhi and 3 more meetings. So it's a very intense 1 year that the president has to accommodate. And we're very grateful that you took time off.
Always yes, sir.
So, we have a few plaques we'd like to hand over. I'd like to call upon the management committee members to come here. Nilesh, Meena, please join us. We'd like to, we'd like to honor you, sir. Please join us. Nilesh, please join us. Meena, and Rahul.
Let them out.
Come please join. You're right here.
Wish,
Yes.
you also come, sir. Come on, come here. Madam, one more photograph. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you.
We'd like to honor, sir, we'd like to have you honor Dennis coming from ICAI. Dennis, please join us. I'd like to call Ravi and Dennis that will be join us here.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having. Come.
Please join. Thank
you so much.
Thank you. I'd like to call upon Professor Anurag Maharajji. I'd like to call Utpalji to join us here in the honor presentation. Sir, Nandaji, we want you to honor.
Yeah, sure.
Your work is not done yet.
Utpalji, please join. Yeah. Sudha. Let me call upon C.A. Narayan Balakrishnan, board member at University, partner at Ernst & Young. Nilesh and Ramu. Vikram. Thank you. We'd like to call upon C.A. Hemchand Jain, who has come all the way from Murali. So he's a dear friend. So he's a veteran CA. So
I had my office with him on the same floor. He has become a big man now.
Thank you for joining. Thank you. I'd like to call upon Bhavna Sani. Bhavna, are you here, bro? Please join. So, sir, we have few volunteers.
Okay.
The next time when we have a management committee change, we have a few of our members who are very regularly supporting our sector. So, Sachin is one, Thomas and Savita, the bunch of other people in the room. The list is long. So, Bhavna Sani is a volunteer. Whenever we call her, she comes and gives us time. I'd like to honor you. First. Thank you.
Very nice.
Same here. God bless you.
So thank you, everyone. That was some wonderful, inspiring, messages, thoughts. We want to thank everyone who is present here today. Everyone had, good thoughts. We definitely do not want to miss thanking our sponsors. Our sponsors are the ones that believe in us, that believe in the work that we do. So we thank all of our gold, silver, bronze sponsors that make it possible for us to bring all this together. So we have some sponsors here. So Chuck is a sponsor. From Thank you. Yeah, Salsa Food. Thank you, sir. And we have Vishal from Paisa Ramphos, our very first and continuing sponsors. So thanks to all of you. Yeah. And any of you want to become sponsors, please come and talk to us. Thank you. Have a nice day. That is very so. Yeah. Thank you.